Welcome to 52 Weeks of Horror. We are making that scary, and today we have a topic of terror.
You really put your all on that one.
I did. That's right. We got a pumpkin o topics, and we're going to find out what our topic is today. Haley, tell us, we must know.
It's going to be this one.
Ooh, that one.
I'm being a little bit more delicate. We've gotten comments from people that I ripped too hard.
They call you the Ripper.
They call me the Ripper. The Grim Ripper. Yes.
What is this one?
What is the scariest moment in a non-horror film? Oh.
Ooh, that's good. That's really good. Well then, let the game begin.
Okay.
There are iconic things in movies, like those lines that just ring in the mind that people quote over and over and over again, but there are also those scenes that are just creepy because they seem so out of place, but they're not. They fit. Weirdly fit. Kind of like the pink elephants in Dumbo. Creepy, weird, but it works because it's weird and cool and fun and creepy. But my choice is the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory boat scene.
Willy Wonka, really, Jeff, really. That boat ride was fun. That wasn't scary.
And the boat is going faster and faster, and you're throwing up these images of just creepy stuff, and he's just constantly being like, we don't know where we're going. Is the Grizzly Reaper mowing? Yes! That's freaking scary.
If you went on a ride like that, that'd be the coolest thing ever. Nowadays, you can't go on a ride that's that cool. You would have to do it in VR, honestly, but that's beside the point. That was not a scary scene. That was really cool. There's all these crazy lights. He's telling you a very interesting poem, which was really cool.
As a child, that's gonna warp young minds into things like this guy.
I mean, the people are freaking out, but, those people suck, really.
It changes young kids because they think, I'm gonna be this fun candy-filled adventure, but it turns into this creepy, dark ride.
The first clue to things not going to be normal was when they signed the contract and went through the little door thing and all that, like the schnozberries tasting like schnozberries. They had to realize this thing was going to get more and more twisted throughout the whole thing.
People who watch that movie still see that scene and they're like, oh my goodness. And let's just be honest, like the whole new remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp was never nearly as creepy as that one. Yeah, there are creepy parts, but it just got too busy. It just got too busy. That was simple. It was simple, but it was creepy, and it was effective, and it has changed people, and everyone remembers that boat ride.
The boat ride is one of my favorite parts in that whole movie. Other than the up and out, which is, again, that's terrifying. Going through that boat thing? It's like the log ride at Six Flags with just a few, lights and a fun little story. You know what was scary? I'll tell you what was scary. Because you're tuned into this show. What was really scary for me when I was a wee little shorter person was in the movie Big, the Zoltar machine.
Zoltar, the machine that goes... I mean, they had to really pump up that scene to make that kind of scary.
It had this eerie music playing kind of thing going on. It was carnival music from what I remember. And then the way it lit up and then the sounds that they did with it, like when he opens his mouth, it sounds like he's breathing, like the machine is alive.
They had to really supplement like sound effects, lights, and everything else to make that thing scary, okay?
You knew something creepy was going on, but you didn't know what. And as a kid, that is terrifying. You want to trust your video games. At that point, I hadn't seen Tron yet. So that was the scariest game that I could think of.
The scariest part is not the... It's when he's like looking at the end and it's unplugged. Like that's the whole part of like, oh, now it's kind of creepy because now it's, how's this thing working? Batteries.
And then what happens? He turns into an adult, which, let's face it, that's terrifying.
If you go to one of the conventions or you go out like to a boardwalk area and they have a Zoltar machine, you know, first of all, it's like, not scary. It looks kind of, you know. And then they push out like a little car that says like, you know, oh, your fortune is this, that, and the other thing. You know, it's like basically spitting out like one of those newspaper zodiac things where it's very general, very vague, and it's like meh.
To this day, that game weirds me out. I saw somebody have a replica at a convention. Still weirded me out. I don't want to press the buttons. Like, I know it's not going to turn me older, but just in case, I'll stay away from it. Mm-hmm.
Even if you want to call it scary, which don't think so. No. It's a family-friendly fantasy film. The Zoltar machine, yes, it's kind of magical, but it's certainly not scary. I will grant you one thing.
Okay.
The creepy factor of Zoltar might be there because of the uncanny valley effect, but that's about it. That's all he's got. He's got the no. That's what that is. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now that is freaky. That is freaky deaky. You got spiders and centipedes, millipedes crawling over people's faces as Gene Wilder sings a song.
Okay, I will give you points for Willy Wonka because the fan is scary. The up and out is kind of terrifying too. The boat ride is like the log ride at Six Flags. That is the coolest thing ever. If anyone got scared on it, it's because they have really dull lives and don't do anything. And then this one thing that has, magic lights and a fun little story is terrifying to them.
Fun little story? Is the Grizzly Reaper mowing? Yes! That's what he says.
I know! Wouldn't you be excited to go on a ride like that?
No! But as a child, you're like, my mind is constantly being warped in the scary ways. I thought this was going to be about candy and fun, and now I'm seeing...
Okay. You thought it was going to be about candy and fun.
It says Willy Wonka and a Chocolate Factory. That's pretty much in the title.
You shouldn't realize when they have to sign a contract in the beginning and go through a teeny tiny little door and the schnozberries tasting like schnozberries.
Happens later.
I thought that's in the beginning. They don't jump in the boat at the beginning though.
Yes, they do.
They sign the contract first. If you start signing a contract, you would get worried.
With big Tom Hanks, you know, he goes over and he puts his money in, he shakes the Zoltar machine, it comes on. He doesn't realize till afterwards that it was unplugged.
He wasn't a bad person.
Doesn't say he was a bad person. Willy Wonka wasn't a bad person. All the kids lived. I mean, look, there's that, okay? There's that. But ultimately, he's playing on the piano.
Oh, that's such a good part.
And, you know, like, it's classic, yes. But the classic parts of Willy Wonka are not the eating candy. It's all the kids getting destroyed. But what do you think at home? Do you agree with our picks? Do you prefer the Zoltar machine or Willy Wonka's boat ride? Or do you have another one? Let us know in the comments below. Tell us your thoughts. We'd like to hear from you. And Haley, where can they find more of us?
You can find us on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, everywhere else. It's 52 Weeks of Horror.
That's right. And don't forget to keep making that scary. And we'll see you next time.